Tiko, and the magic paintbrush. In a small, quiet village nestled between rolling green hills, lived a young boy named Tiko. Tiko wasn't like the other children. While they played games in the fields, Tiko spent his days sketching in the dirt with a simple stick. He didn't have paper or colors, but his imagination was richer than any king's treasure. He drew pictures of delicious feasts for his hungry family, warm blankets for the chilly nights, and strong new tools for the village farmers. Though they were only lines in the dust, he poured his heart into every single one. One afternoon, while searching for interesting stones by the river, Tiko noticed a peculiar shimmer beneath the water. He reached in and pulled out not a stone, but a paintbrush. It was unlike any he had ever seen. The handle was carved from smooth, dark wood, and the bristles were as soft as a cloud, glowing with a faint golden light. Back in his hut, he found an old piece of parchment. With a hopeful heart, he dipped the brush in a puddle of muddy water and painted a single ripe apple. As the last stroke dried, the air crackled with a gentle magic. The painted apple lifted off the page, becoming a real juicy apple that tumbled into his hand. Tiko's eyes widened in astonishment. He had found a magic paintbrush. Overjoyed, Tiko began to paint for his village. He painted baskets overflowing with bread, fish, and fruits for every family. He painted sturdy plows that made farming easy and joyful. He painted colorful kites that filled the sky and brought laughter to the children. The village, once struggling, began to thrive. Flowers bloomed in every garden, homes were repaired, and a sense of hope filled the air. Tiko never painted for himself, only for others. The joy he saw on his neighbors' faces was the greatest reward he could ever imagine. His art wasn't just creating things, it was creating happiness. But news of this magical paintbrush traveled far and wide, eventually reaching the ears of the greedy king. The king, who already had rooms filled with gold and jewels, desired the brush more than anything. He believed it would make him the most powerful ruler in the world. He sent his royal guards to the village, and they snatched the paintbrush from Tiko's hands, locking the boy in the highest tower of the castle. The king immediately began to paint. He painted mountains of gold coins, chests of sparkling diamonds, and an even bigger crown for his head. But the more he painted, the emptier he felt. His treasures brought him no joy, only a craving for more. Locked away, Tiko wasn't afraid. He knew something the king didn't. True magic comes from creativity, not greed. Found a piece of charcoal from the fireplace and began to draw on the stone walls of his prison. He drew a key for his door. As he finished the sketch, a real iron key clattered to the floor. He unlocked the door and crept through the castle. In the throne room, he found the king frantically painting, surrounded by lifeless piles of gold. Tiko picked up a discarded piece of paper. With his charcoal, he didn't draw a weapon or an escape route. Instead, he drew a beautiful, vast ocean, with powerful waves crashing against a shore. Suddenly, the throne room began to flood with the water from his drawing. The king, terrified of the rising tide, dropped the magic paintbrush and scrambled for higher ground. Tiko calmly waded through the water, picked up his beloved brush, and with a single gentle stroke, painted a giant wave that washed all the king's greedy treasures out of the castle and back into the earth. Then, he painted a warm, bright sun that dried up all the water. The king was left sitting on his throne, humbled and alone. Tiko returned to his village, paintbrush in hand. He didn't paint treasures, he painted a school for the children, a library filled with books, and a beautiful park where everyone could gather. He taught everyone that the greatest magic isn't in what you have, but in what you create and share with others. His village lived peacefully, not because of riches, but because of the beauty and kindness that art brought into their lives. Thank you so much for watching our story today. If you enjoyed Tiko's adventure, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. We'll see you next time.